Hey guys, Richard and Ryden's Room here to my latest video. It's me very bearded. I really should get around to shaving. I've been working 7-3, so I just can't bother at night time and certainly don't have the time in the morning to do it, but I've got to get on with it soon. So yeah, really, this is just my latest video. I suppose some of that should appear in the background just for a few seconds. The latest of the Force Heretic ones. At a point I'm recording this, I haven't even uploaded the previous one, but I will soon. The backlog is finally running down, so yeah. Uploading this on the 5th of May, the day after what is not Star Wars Day, though that's only the film anniversary. So, 25th, the day Obi-Wan show was meant to come out. But yeah, who knows what day this will actually be uploaded. I need to upload part 1. But as I've finished this book, yes, I thought, yeah, time to do the review for it. Sort of goes out my head. So yeah, this is Force Heretic 2 Refugee. There's 3 of them all together, and I'll be on this third one soon enough. Just finished the Doctor Who book, and then I've got a Goosebumps book, and then, yeah, Force Heretic 3, and then, yeah, first 3-parter. The others have been one-off or 2-parters, so, yeah, I felt like, is 3 too much, but I haven't read it? No. Well, from I read the first 2, it's not. But yeah, I suppose before I start, spoilers for everything EU up to this point, so nothing later. So Force Heretic 3 and beyond, and then other series is like New Jedi, Legacy of the Force, or Legacy of the Jedi, whatever it's called. No, I know it's Legacy of the Force, but it should be called Legacy of the Jedi, I thought, but maybe when I read, I'll see something different to it, who knows. But yeah, that's basically it. So, spoilers up to this point, and of course for the films, including Disney Star Wars, obviously. Just take shots at them. Right, so yeah, it's on to their video. I suppose, quick shout out to this book. I bought this one recently, Rogue Planet, with Obi-Wan and Anakin. So this is it came out in 2001, and I remember seeing this in the bookshelves. I think the fact that Obi-Wan was holding the green lightsaber, obviously it's Qui-Gon's. There's this book where it came out 2 years after the film, and I don't know, I think I remember seeing this on all the bookshelves and places back when I had no money. Well, back before I was only working part-time, and I was meant to pick up one day, and yeah, got this recently for quite a cheap price online, a good bookstore. What's it called? Blackwell's bookshop, or Blackwell's Oxford, I can't remember, Blackwell's something, but yeah, they're a good one. I've always bought secondhand and recently new Star Wars books from there, and yeah, I just bought it from there. And let's just say, what are the odds I'd buy that one? Bought it solely because it was one I remember seeing years ago and I was meant to get, but even though it's only the OT that really tied to NJO, that one does. Obviously that's called Rogue Planet, and the planet Zonma Sekot or something. That's the planet they're hunting in this. Like, what are the odds? I mean, yeah, if I'd known, maybe I would have read that first. But to be honest, in the lead up to the NJO, I only really read the OT onwards, because I don't think it was really mad. Even Outbound Flight from the prequel era, it wasn't really worth reading that much. Whereas Cypher's Quest, which is kind of a follow up to it, or Outbound Flight's the prequel to it, I read. But yeah, I thought, hold up, maybe I should have read it. Who knows? But yeah, that Rogue Planet is the Rogue Planet from part 1 and 2 of this. Which, so yeah, what are the odds? But yeah, on to the actual review. So I've realised actually after I made the review, one thing I did not mention at all in part 1 was Nom Anor's story. Yeah, he's so going to be there at the very end. I don't know if he'll overthrow Lord Shinra, seeing as Jane has already killed, what's his name? The War Master, yeah, Savong La. So yeah, the big 3 were Nom Anor, the Executor, let's say Darth Vader. Then you've got Shinra, the Supreme Overlord, who's obviously Palpatine, and the War Master, you'd say, is Tarkin or Thrawn. And yeah, down to 2, but it very ended. Nom Anor's finally paid for all of his failures. He was wrong about enough, and he escaped. So yeah, in part 1, it was about him effectively finding a new life in the bowels of Coruscant, because of course he's very adaptive, and he doesn't seem to follow the beliefs of the other Yuuzhan Vong. Like, he holds more value for his own life than the others do. Like how he refused Anakin's challenge, he'd be killed, and then killed the Yuuzhan Vong who would have turned him in for it. So yeah, he's basically continuing his work. In part 1, it was trying to survive, and he built up a new army, new followers. And yeah, part 2 is building it up completely. He got a couple of people who loyal to him because he didn't kill them any of the chance, pretty much. And he's now calling himself the Prophet, and using the story about when Anakin fought with that Yuuzhan Vong guy in I think it's not Balanced by an Edge of Victory, when they saved Tahiri. And yeah, he's spreading that story. So he's building a name for himself as the Prophet, and yeah, he clearly wants to make it to the top. He's basically leading from a huge army of shamed ones who, of course, more than happy to get back to, like, get respected again, because shamed ones are bottom of the ladder in New Zealand Von cultures. Yeah, part 2 is like a lot more of that, with him kind of getting the legend going and making sure that everyone like knows what he's doing, even if he's not revealing himself yet. And yeah, that's actually quite good. So I'm liking non-Manor story. It's good that he is different to Yu Vong, not like fanatically obsessed with like the glory of death and battle. I think that Sontarans in Doctor Who, yeah, he actually has value for his own life and isn't willing to throw his away. But he's still an evil guy. Don't go. I mean, he's not a good person, but yeah, he's making a good story. And if I'm right about the covers, I'm sure if it's him at in the front of Vector Prime. Okay, I'm sure he's in a later one as well. Okay, that's a spoiler for after this NJO series, I guess. Well, NJO just later books, but I think it's him. But I've googled like who's on the cover of each book, and no places seem to actually say it. Kind of a shame, because I've loved. Obviously, some are quite obvious, like Dark Journey's clearly Jaina. I mean, I thought it was Mara Jade at first, but no, it's Jaina. I mean, you can tell that's when you start reading it. And then some books have got a much older looking Luke Skywalker on, but there's some like, and this is one of them actually. It's like, so my thought was black hair. It's Jaina. It's like, no, it can't be, because, well, she's a purple lightsaber and that just doesn't look enough like her. And thinking, okay, someone else. And I think it's Tahiri. Problem is, Tahiri's got blonde hair. That's like well known from the books. I think she does have a blue lightsaber. Mine, obviously, Anakin had a blue lightsaber. I'm pretty sure that's like lost or like crushed to pieces on Coruscant when Ganna died fighting with it, so that Jason could mess with the world brain, which yeah, they haven't really brought that up. I'm hoping to see a bit more of that soon. But yeah, I think this is meant to be Tahiri, just with the wrong hair colour. So it's got to be her, unless well, her story is that although they saved her from the Yuuzhan Vong brainwashing, it didn't go completely, and it's starting to take a new, like, a Yuuzhan Vong inside her is trying to take over. So I think that could well be like the Yuuzhan Vong's / Tahiri version of herself, but because she's clearly fighting some monster in a nightmare. So I think that's her, but it's not entirely clear. But yeah, that's her story. She's like struggling. She's feeling withdrawn. It seems Anakin's death has hit so hard, because Anakin, like, saving her, is able to block the programming that the Yuuzhan Vong were trying to do to her, but it seems like they haven't stopped it completely. Yeah, you've got the Rinna back. It's not the same one as Han's friend Droma, that he's bound to be in the next one. And yeah, they're a fun species. They're the ones that have worked out what's going on. You got Leia and Han. Tahiri's with them. Basically, some Jedi with Luke, some are with Leia, and they're doing different things. Leia's gone to Bakura, so I knew that it was worth reading Truce at Bakura. The people that said it's worth it for the NGO, they were right. He references everything that happens in there, even Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost appearing to Leia. So that was an amazing surprise when that happened. How that even gets mentioned in the book as well. Leia mentioned the ghost of her father showing up. And yeah, you got all the other characters and everything, and yeah, definitely is worth reading Truce of Bakura after all. Glad I did. So yeah, you got Leia on Bakura stopping a new civil war. You got Luke in the unknown regions, like his journey's like basically been approved there. They end up helping to stop some trouble as well. They end up basically in a big library. Still can't find anything on the rogue planet, and then Jason, after him, Danny having a moment, realizes, what if it's a moon? What if it's moved and got caught in orbit somewhere? And yeah, they seem to have located it. So yeah, rogue planet / rogue moon. That's where part 3 is. So yeah, clearly. And I've heard about Luke having absurd power levels in the NJO. I kind of think that's the EU, because Luke simply hasn't shown anything too insane to, like, you know, the stories you hear. Unless they're talking about other books. I mean, it's plain I've not read, like, what was it, Dark Saber or Crystal Star. Maybe he does like absurd things like tear planets apart with the Force in there. I don't know, but maybe it's from here. Maybe the next one he just communicates with that planet and just gives him this like insane amount of power that he'll need to, like, in the final books. But yeah, I've not seen that so far. But I dare not really bring it up in online forums or even to my friends who've actually, 2 of them, one has read all these and the other has wikied them. I dare not ask too much, I guess I get spoilers, but yeah, Luke isn't showing anything particularly insane with the Force. Neither is Kip, who's probably the next strongest or potentially stronger than Luke. You know, Jaina and Jason aren't showing like anything exceptionally exceptionally overpowered. But yeah, so maybe it's just in the next one, but we'll see. But yeah, they discover it, or no, they realise where they're going, and yeah, part 3 is clearly about that story continuing. Yeah, so Han and Leia still together and happy. Yeah, they've got through their grief, because of course Han couldn't run away this time. He knew it. You've got, yeah, effectively that's it. There's like so much else going on in the galaxy, but these books you don't really see. But I'm talking about the timeline. mean, I suppose another thing I should bring up, it says New Jedi Order 25 to 40 years. Then it shows, and well, not in these, but in the later ones, 35 to 40, another trilogy, Black Nest. I don't know if it's any good or not. So there's no way this series is covering 15 years. No way. Unless it's 10 years, 25 to 35, and then 35 to 40 is that Black Nest. Or I'm guessing more likely, Black Nest starts, at 35 after Battle Yavin, so 10 years into New Jedi Order. But it means 25 to 40 after Battle Yavin. It's just 15 years of the era for New Jedi Order. So maybe the Yuuzhan Vong War is like 5 years, and then for 5 years nothing happens, and then the Black Nest trilogy is however many out of those, and then the remaining before Legacy of the Force, which is 40 years later. But yeah, I don't know how much time is passing in this. I think by this point about 4 years have passed. I'm sure it was over 3 at the beginning of Force Heretic 1. But a lot of time passing, obviously you've got travel. It's not instantaneous travel like in some films or anything like that. No, it does take time. So I think that's it. So yeah, I look forward to that. I'm going to guess 5 years maximum by the time this is all done. But we'll see. Shout out my wife's latest Pop Funko set, Pongo and Perdita from 101 Dalmatians. Quite cool. Nice little double one. They're not linked up like my Game of Thrones Jorah and Daenerys one. They're just next to each other. So kind of cool they can go separate, but they do look good next to each other in this book. So yeah, that's pretty much the plot really. Absolutely loved it. Again, it's about the same at just under 400 pages, and yeah, it all works out really well. It doesn't feel too slow, doesn't feel too long. Hell, even Star by Star at 600 seemed like it felt too long, but it wasn't. But they should have split it in half like apparently did in Japan. Make NJO 20 books make more sense than 19. And maybe Legacy of Force, but it's 9, not 10, something like that as well. Who knows? But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. You got some good plots going on, but you want to see what's going on besides Luke and Leia's group's story. So I suppose the final prophecy and then the unifying force will be that. And I'd love to know what that means, the unifying force. Obviously, Luke is unifying all aspects of the force together, but like the way Jason's been learning the force, way other people use it, like perhaps having more control over like anger and using it without turning to the dark side in battles. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, good book series, and in a few days I'm sure I'll be starting part 3, and then that will be up. So yeah, this will be up eventually. No massive rush yet. I've still got to put part 1 up on YouTube, so this looked pretty dumb in retrospective once they're both up, but it's got to feel like believable at the time. I'm making this on the 5th of May. But yeah, that's it. So until next time, I'll see you later. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and until then, thank you.